war, violence and hate preaching.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And also we posted on our website. Somebody from Holland commented on this. In order to promote this doctrine among people of Holland, would you like to get involved in this process of bringing about peace and arrange for a meeting of like-minded people? Like commenting on subjects is not enough. Individuals from around the world are required to get involved. And getting involved does not require from one to come out with a weapon on the street and start shooting your enemies. Getting involved. First enemy is ignorance. When you know about your enemy, you can prepare yourself against the enemy. But the problem of the world today is people do not know the roots of ISIS. People do not know the roots of terrorism. People generalize all Muslims are terrorists. But this is not true. I would like to say very specifically, no Muslim is a terrorist.
Indeed.
And these terrorists are faking their identity. They are not Muslims. You know them to be Muslims, however, they are not Muslims. They have distorted the image of Islam. The Quran equates one murder to elimination of the whole of humanity.
Very true.
Committing suicide is strictly prohibited in Islam. It's not a rocket science to comprehend whether or not suicide bombing is allowed in Islam. Did you get my point, Mirza?
Yes, sir. I did.
Committing suicide is prohibited. And according to Prophet Muhammad, one who commits a suicide, all his good deeds are wasted and he is destined to enter into hellfire. And I can just boggle with my mind how on earth these individuals who are waging a war against innocent human beings come up with an idea of declaring a prohibited act to be a gateway to heaven.
True. Very true.
What is prohibited in Islam? How can that act earn you paradise?
True.
Committing suicide is prohibited, strictly prohibited. Strictly prohibited.
It is.
If you commit suicide, all your good deeds are wasted. Not just good deeds. Even if you were a companion of the Prophet himself, and you fought wars against protection of the religion. However, in the end, if you committed suicide, all your deeds are wasted and your association with the Prophet will be greatly ignored and you will be paving your way to hellfire.
Very true.
When suicide is prohibited in Islam, how can suicide bombing be allowed or rewardful in Islam? These individuals, under the banner of Islam, are making fool out of people by hammering into their brains an ideology based on love, carnal desires, and hunger of power. When they tell them, if you blow up yourself, there are 70 damsels waiting for you in the paradise. They're blaspheming the religion. They're distorting the words of God. They're distorting the traditions of the Prophet.
They are.
If you blow up yourself and you cause others to die with you, you enter into hellfire, not into heaven. And don't think 70 damsels are waiting for you. Millions of angels are waiting for you so that they can punish you and torment you. This is absolutely a misleading ideology. You see, what is prohibited in Islam is now being regarded as rewardful and a gateway to heaven. This is pitiful. A lot of Muslims in France are coming forward and they are condemning the attacks.
They are.
And it's a good gesture.
It is.
However, I would request Muslims in the UK also to do the same.
True. Very true.
Become part of British society
True.
and come forward,
They should.
not just condemn this brutal act of terrorism by ISIS, but at the same time, they need to show their solidarity with British people. They're living on this land. They must treat this land as their heaven. If you live here, this is the place of sanctuary. According to a tradition of Prophet Muhammad, love for your country is part of your iman. I live in England. Love for England should be part of my iman. If you live in Canada, love for your country, Canada, should be part of your iman. Now, part of your iman does not mean you are going to worship your country. It means you are loyal to your country and you will do everything to make sure your country where you live is well protected by you. Right?
Yes.
So all these Muslims who live in the UK should come forward and they show their solidarity, and this is how they're going to integrate into British society. You are well integrated into British society when a white Scottish, Welsh, or a white Englishman is free to talk to you and is not afraid by your presence. He is not intimidated by your presence. If somebody is intimidated by your presence, it simply means you are not integrated into British society. You follow your religion, you don't want to consume alcohol, that's not a problem. You don't want to eat pig, that's not a problem. But not eating pig, not drinking alcohol, does not stop you from becoming part of British society. I do not drink alcohol. I do not eat pig. But I love England. And I will do everything to protect this country. I am morally, financially indebted to the country. It is because of British citizenship that I was able to move in the world freely. I should be grateful to the state of UK. Because of this facility, I was able to move freely. Right? I mean, we should be grateful. We should pay our homage. All these Muslims who live in this country should come forward, condemn this act, and condemn ISIS, and how you feel about ISIS, and how bad they are, and how ugly they are, and how brutal, and how anti-Islam they are. This must be done to be seen, so that the youth should get a clear message that ISIS is evil and they should not become part of this brutal, evil organization.
Aura TV. Guidance brought to you